and welcome to the Great American Stampin Show. You have found my Brandy Stamps channel. I'm Brandy Barnard, and I'm one of the contestants for the Great American Stampin Show. We are now in season 2, and this is episode 4. So for season 2, we have been challenged to use different products each week, and this week we are going to be featuring designer series paper. What an easy and fun assignment, right? Stampin' Up! Carries so many beautiful papers, and so we just need to showcase them in a way that is fun and puts them in the spotlight and maybe a little bit unique. So in the show, you'll be able to have the chance to watch 4 different videos. This is one of them. The links to all of my competitors' videos are in the description here. And so just scroll down and check all of those out. Vote for your favorite by giving it a thumbs up on YouTube. And just have fun being creatively inspired by all of the designer series paper. Let's get started. So our assignment today was designer series paper, which Stampin' Up! Literally has tons of different options on awesome designer paper. Most of our packs come in either 12 by 12 or 6 by 6 size, and this is an example of a 12 by 12 pack. They always have 6 different sheets, but they're double-sided. So like the front is these, what are those? Poppies. The front are these poppies, and the back is this cute little plaid, and so on and so forth. And so you get cute stuff on both sides, and there's just a lot you can do. This one is called Sunny Days, and this is actually one of the options that we have right now with our celebration deal. And so if you're a Stampin' Up! Enthusiast, then you may already have this one because the celebration offer has been going on since the beginning of January. It goes through the end of February, so if you're watching this video before it's over, you can still hop on stampinup.com or you can go to brandystamps.com, click shop. Anybody placing a $50 order can choose a free gift, and this is one of the options for the free gift. So before celebration is over, I wanted to give the Sunny Days paper some love. So I've picked a card design that can showcase 3 designer papers. So I picked the strawberries. I'm such a nut for fruit. I just love the imagery of fruit, and I love the taste of it too. And so I've also chosen this little pink plaid one because it highlights with it so well. And then who can resist these cute little sunshines? So that's my 3rd one. So here's my little paper combo that I'm going to be using for the card that I show you today. What I want to do here is show you a card template that you can use over and over. So if you want to try this card template with any variety of designer paper, I would love to see what you make. I have an awesome group on Facebook called Brandy Stamps with Friends. I would love for you to post your creations using this template on that page. So go find that on Facebook and join up and show me what you create with this. So here are the instructions. You're going to cut your main paper, your favorite one, the one with the more bold design, and you're going to cut a piece that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, and then you'll take 2 kind of highlight pieces that work well with it, and you'll cut both of those at 3 by 4. So 3 by 4. Now for these 2, I want to frame them up on regular designer paper. So I've just got the Petal Pink, which matches this one. This is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, so I can just adhere those together. And here is my Crushed Curry, which is a great frame up color for this one that coordinates. Again, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to mount both of these using my Seal Plus. Now the next step is going to be to glue this one to the card front. So I've just got a piece 4 1/4 by 11. This is our thick basic white. That's going to be our card base. And I'll use my bone folder. Now this is unusual for me. I'm going to glue down this paper so it completely covers the card front. I usually leave some kind of a little border, but this particular template that I'm using today covers the whole thing up. So trust me, and let's do that. Now we want to get this just right, and the Seal Plus holds so well. There's no do-overs. Okay, I think I got it. The basic idea here is that I'm going to layer both of these. I'll glue one on tilted, something like this, and the other one tilted, something like this. So they're both on the card front, and then we will just decorate from there. So I'm just using Seal Plus to stick these down. Okay, and then we'll put this one down here more. Okay, so with a layering and some designer paper as nice as this, I really only need to add a greeting, but I've kind of thrown in some more fun things too. But let's start with a greeting. The stamp set that I reached for is called Good Feelings. Love it. I love any really type heavy, like font based stamp sets. And the greetings are just big. I'm using the one that says, I'm just happy. I'm just so happy for you. And it's so big, it has to go on the E block. So this is a nice larger stamp. I'm going to stamp it with Poppy Parade. So I'm also going to emboss it with clear powder over the top. So what I need is my embossing powder to be right nearby so that I can work quickly. Right after I stamp this, the ink dries fairly quickly, but if I go to it immediately, then I'm able to still emboss that slightly damp ink. I'm going to ink. I already re-inked this stamp just so that I could, the ink pad, so I could make sure it's really nice and inky, and this technique is gonna work. Come over here, stamp. Make sure you give it pressure so it's inky all over. I've got this powder like literally ready. Okay. Get these put aside. I want to pour this back in the jar, but I'll do it over my tray just in case I'm not perfect. Okay, my embossing heat tool is plugged in just far enough away that it can't reach my camera, so I'm bringing it off camera to melt it. Okay, here we go. There's my nice glossy embossed words. So my next step is going to be to cut this out. And I think one problem is people always call this fussy cutting, and that makes it sound so like fussy. It makes it sound kind of like off-putting because fussy sounds hard. But really, just go in there. Don't do any sharp edges. Do like little soft bumps. Leave a cloud of white paper around whatever you have stamped. And honestly, this is pretty easy and not fussy. So I want to empower you to give this a try. Oh, while I'm cutting, I'm going to tell you something important. Okay, remember this adorable paper that I showed you at the beginning of the video? This paper is only available for a couple more days. So if you have a chance, go place an order and earn a pack for free. That's great. But some of you might be watching this video afterward and it's like too late to get that paper, and I'm too sad for you guys. So I have to give you a way to maybe get some. So I'm going to give some away to people who are watching this video. So if you comment on this video, I will automatically enter you to win a pack of this paper. Now it'll be 6 by 6. I'll just cut it down so it's a little bit easier to mail, which means I'll have more to share with people too. So comment on my video. You don't have to be voting for it. You can just say what you did like about my video. And I'll just pick a few random people to send some packs of paper to. So I'm excited about that. Now look how easy that was. I actually want to put this onto a little die cut. This is one that I cut from our, let's see, what's it called? Scalloped contours. There's a set of dies that's all these different rectangles that have scallops. This one is cool because it has these little slits, and I'm going to thread some ribbon through here. So that's why I picked it. And it's about the right size for this greeting. In fact, I probably could have stamped it right on here, but by stamping it on this piece separately, I'm giving it a little bit of extra dimension, and I really like that. So I'm going to use a few of our mini dimensionals. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's thread the ribbon through. The idea is we're going to wrap this ribbon around the card, and we're going to tie it off to the left side. So I want the label here, but I want this to thread through the label first. So let's go up through this. We'll go out this side. Okay, so now I've got it threaded. I want it to go toward the top. There's a stop right there in the middle. So it's going to evenly stop right there, which is perfect for me. And now I can go ahead and tie this. I just want a little square knot, so I'll go right over the top, tie it, left over the top. I'll leave those ends for a minute and then I'll trim them. Let's get this guy over where we want it. Okay, now that I have my knot positioned where I want it and the label positioned where I want it, I am going to use a few mini glue dots and I will just sneak them right under the edge. Now you'll see I'm using kind of an old school paper piercer. I use this guy all the time, but there is a paper piercer on the Take Your Pick tool. So if you're wanting to try out my methods here and use a paper piercer, just grab that tip. Okay. Now let's trim these little ends up. And now I'll just peel all these and place my greeting. Okay, I just wanted to make sure the For You was kind of lined up with my scallops here. I want to make sure I can see the ribbon coming through right here. It adds to the depth of the project and how it works. Now I'm going to do a little bit of embellishing, and one of the things that I reached for is this set of dies. It's called the Bright Skies dies, and they go kind of with this paper. They coordinate. There's a stamp set and a die set that are in our current mini catalog, and I cut these two crushed curry sun pieces. I'm just going to use my Wink of Stella glitter pen on the circle part. So I'm letting it get quite a bit of golden glitter. That all sparkly. We'll leave that just a moment to dry. I'm also going to use these little champagne iridescent dots. This was the first time I have broken these out and tried them, and oh my goodness, they are really, really beautiful. Like, I wanted to put 25 of them on this project because they look so pretty. Look how nice they match the color scheme that I have going. And then they're just like, they've got a high gloss to them that's really kind of classy looking. Okay, and what do I want? One of the biggest ones up here. So I'm going to use my liquid glue. This is my multi-purpose liquid glue. So pick up the dot briefly with your little putty tip, lay down a dot of glue. Set that down where I'm going to lay the glue back on here, but then the putty won't just let go of it, so I need my little piercer to help me let go of it. Okay, now that we have those guys glued on, let's put this away before I go spilling it. And then I'm just going to flip my little sparkly center for the sun and use some Seal Plus to attach that. Just want it right in the center of the yellow kind of rays that are here. Just use a couple of glue dots, and I'll just reach this little sun back behind the greeting, kind of tuck it so the sun's kind of rising out from behind those words. And that is how I did my card this time, you guys. I wanted to show you a card layout that you could repeat again and again. And I love how this one turned out. The little shine here, the shine here. There's just some fun details to it. But the designer paper is definitely the showpiece. So let me show you a few other ones. Here is the original one that I had in my card stash. This is an older designer series paper pack. This one was made by my friend Chelsea Christensen, who wrote out the card and sent it to me. And so I copied her layout and design here. And then here is another one that I did with the same paper pack, just kind of the floral motif instead of the strawberries and the sunshine. And here is one that you can see that I did it the other direction. It's kind of the long way. All I did is cut the designer papers the other direction, so the suns are going up this way. And I'm planning to finish this off with something about brightening your day or cloudy skies becoming bright. There's a couple of really good sayings in the stamp set that I mentioned, the Bright Skies set that has some good ones that coordinate, and this one's in our current mini catalog. If you want to see how I finish up this card, make sure you're following my Instagram page. It's just called Brandy Stamps. Go find me on Instagram and follow, and then you can see how this card ends up turning out. But here's our star for today, and I hope that you guys loved it. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you had fun creating this awesome card with me today. I love all the shimmer on the sun. I love the shine on the embossing. And most of all, I love showing off all of this beautiful designer paper. So if this one's your favorite, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to be entered to win some of this designer paper from me, comment on this video, hopefully something nice, and I will be sending a few of those out. Have a great Stampin' Day, you guys. Bye.